If you're a veteran on Medicare, there's a chance that you could be paying for something every single month that you're not even using. And for some people, that could be $150, $200, or more going out the door every single month without you ever even realizing it. In this video, I want to break down why this happens and more importantly, what you can do about it. If you're a veteran, first off, thank you for your service. And now if you're on Medicare, this is where things can get a little confusing because a lot of veterans assume that Medicare and the VA automatically work together in a way that makes sense. But that's not always the case. And in reality, these are two separate systems. And understanding how they work together or don't can make a huge difference in what you're paying and how you receive your care. So here's what often happens. Many veterans enroll in Medicare Part B when they become eligible. And at the same time, they already have access to healthcare through the VA. So now they have both. And of course, on the surface, that may seem like a good thing because more coverage sounds better, right? But in some situations, this can actually cause an overlap, which means you could be paying for Medicare Part B every month while mostly using your VA healthcare. And this is where people start asking, wait, am I paying for something I'm not really using? So let's simplify how these two systems work. VA healthcare operates within the VA system. So you receive care at VA facilities through VA doctors and within that network. Medicare, on the other hand, works with civilian providers. And these are doctors, specialists, and hospitals outside of the VA network. And here's the key point. They don't automatically combine. They are two completely separate systems. So having both doesn't necessarily mean that they're working together in a way that many people expect them to. Now let's talk about where this can become an issue. If someone has VA coverage and they primarily use VA facilities for their care, then Medicare Part B may not be getting used often, if at all. But the premium for Part B may still be getting paid every month. So in that situation, you may be paying for coverage that you're not even using. And again, this isn't something that people usually do on purpose. It's just not always clearly explained. So let's put some simple numbers to it. The standard Part B premium is roughly $150 to $200 a month, depending on the year. So over the course of a year, that could be around $1,800 or $2,400 or even more. And then when you zoom out and look over the course of several years, that money can really add up. Now again, that doesn't mean it's unnecessary for everyone, but if you're not actually using the coverage that you're paying for, it's just something to consider. Now this next part is really important and it does not apply to everyone. For many veterans, keeping Medicare Part B makes a lot of sense. It really comes down to how and where you get your care. So for example, if you want access to civilian doctors or specialists, if you travel and want flexibility, or if you want additional options outside of the VA system, then Medicare can be very valuable. So this isn't about saying one option is better than the other. It's just really about understanding how they work and considering whether your current setup matches with how you use your healthcare. Because there are plenty of situations where Part B is actually very helpful. If you see doctors outside of the VA, if you need specialists that aren't within the VA system, or if you just want more flexibility in where and how you receive care, then Medicare can play a very important role. Because while VA coverage is very strong, it's not designed to cover everything everywhere. And so why do so many people end up in this situation? Well, there are a few reasons. Number one, some people are automatically enrolled into Medicare, and other people just aren't given a clear explanation of how Medicare and the VA work together. And so like I mentioned earlier, a lot of people just assume, well, more coverage is always better. But without understanding how each system works, you may end up paying extra for something that you're not even using. And most veterans aren't making a bad decision. They just weren't necessarily given a clear comparison perhaps. At the end of the day, there may be veterans out there who are paying for coverage that they're not even using. So if you're a veteran on Medicare, it's one of those things that's worth taking your time and just taking a closer look at it. So really do your research or speak with a specialist because the right setup really truly depends on your unique situation. And this is just one of several areas where Medicare decisions can impact what you pay over time. So in this next video, I'll walk you through other situations that people commonly come across and what to watch out for as you're navigating Medicare.